been thinking about this situation all flipping morning. For sure there's turkeys.
I'm a warrior of the wild. See the fire in my eyes. The ember leaves you terrified. And I'm guided by the light. Every time you knock me down, I will turn it back around. Forged by the revolution's fire.
Hard to believe. Week 9, Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025. Got this week and next week, and then we're out. I know you're addicted. I hope you didn't get in any trouble looking at it. It's been a great run. We got some of the best people out there shooting video there is. And trust me, I know that's hard to do. Been there and done that. So again, that's our gift to you, Mossy Oak Go app. It's free. So with that said, let's roll right in to week 9, Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025.
Turning runway 33.
Hopefully now you're a turkey hunter.
Oh, I am. That's all it took.
I've snuck into a pretty cool spot. I've always wanted to hunt this spot. And the whole walk in, there was tracks and strut marks, so pretty confident about that. But when I topped over the levee, there was one longbeard by himself walking towards me and one following a hen to the corner of the field. It's just a real thinned out pepper field, so I have to go back to the guys, but pretty sure they're gonna be roosted somewhere in that tree edge. So I think that's gonna be our plan for the morning. Kyle is up.
This is where I slept last night, and it was fine. It's not bad at all. It's good hunting camp vibes. But tonight, it's really hot in here. The AC's not working, and Ty snored last night, so we're sleeping in the Tusca. This is my first night sleeping in the Tusca. Ta-da! I need to go grab my pillow and think about that for a second. So one more problem with the trailer is it didn't have a jack on it. So I'm just saying, for the turkey hunter, the traveling turkey hunter, especially the young fellas that don't want to buy a big camper or don't have a big truck, this is pretty perfect. I mean, I think even maybe a Prius could pull this thing on a little trailer. It's like there's nothing back there. It's 180, 190 pounds. I put 2 mattresses in here. It's bare bones. Ain't got bells and whistles, but all I needed was a spot to sleep without rats and without a Ty snoring, so pretty perfect. But we got a turkey roosted, or kinda. I know exactly the tree line he's on at least, so me and Kyle are gonna go in there in the morning. I'm tired. Going to bed now. I gotta go get my pillow. Good night.
Not ready for that yet.
Are you sleepy?
Very sleepy.
22nd day. Come on with it. What's your plan now? You slept on it, you prayed on it. What are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing yet. Wherever the ranger takes us.
I can see him in the tree. Yeah, he's like not far. He's gonna pitch down soon. Going to. Thinking about it. There he goes. You ready? Gun to the decoy. Let him do it. Let him do it. He's not going anywhere. Let him come on in.
I'm not taking no more, dude.
That's the most Kyle thing ever, and I love it.
Dude, I cannot do it no more. I'm sorry.
Scared me.
Especially the first one of the year. I apologize.
Dude.
Oh, you're lucky you got that far. I got news for you.
The motor grader hunt. Oh.
Hey, dude, that was sick.
My scouting report was that they were coming this way, but I left 30 minutes before they would fly up. So I had no idea. He was roosted. You couldn't see him, but he was roosted right here. I got a video on my phone. Kyle was trying to talk me into shooting him off the levee back here. I was like, Kyle, let's wait. He didn't even let him pick his head up.
I know.
I was cutting my eyes to his trigger finger. I'm like, he's gonna let him do his thing. And I was gonna try to make him gobble one time for you, and then boom. But I like it. He did what he needed to do. So he was roosted in that tree right there.
How cool is that?
And
Dude,
look where we're sitting, by the way. That was not planned. That was just
Once in a while, I get lucky.
in the dark. We were like, there's nowhere to hide out here. That looks good. Let's look at him. He looked really cool in the tree. Dude, heck yeah.
Dude, that's all freaking.
I could see that rope hanging down on when he was in the tree. I was like, oh boy.
He is big. Wow.
It's fun when you set up like 80 yards from him. Watch him the whole time. Yeah, he cut you up. This only would have been cooler if you would have sat in the cab. Totally could have. Problem is, if you'd have sat in the cab, you'd 100% shot him on the levee.
Yeah.
Great day.
Round here we all thank heaven for God's grocery store.
So it don't matter how good you are. It's way more to it than that. You got a wing bone?
Well, Hoot Camp is an idea that Cuz come up with. For years at Mossy Oak, we've done a deer hunt called the Super Hunt. We did in Alabama for a while and in Texas this past season. And Cuz come up with the idea for Hoot Camp and wanted to do a turkey hunt.
You know, Cuz called me, I guess about 3 months ago, and said he has had a favor of me. I said, uh-oh, Cuz needs a favor. But anyway, he asked me if I'd come out here and be a part of this turkey hunting camp. He said he's gonna call it Hoot Camp. You know, Cuz don't ask for many favors, and I guess I kind of owed him one, so I looked at my calendar. I had a free week, and I said, well, okay, if you need me, I'll be there. He said, great, we're gonna call it Hoot Camp. I didn't really understand Hoot Camp. Owls, I was thinking owls and stuff like that. But, past few days, meeting all these hunters out here from all over the country and having Cuz and all you Mossy Oak camera guys around, I figured it out. Hoot Camp, in the South, hoot, when we say something's a hoot, it means it's fun.
The idea is for folks to come share camp with Mossy Oak with the chance to be on TV and get videoed by the camo camera guys.
He's ready to go. Probably could use a little cleaning and a little more talent, but it is what it is.
Part of the deal was that I got to be on camera potentially and go hunting with Cuz Strickland, and I had watched the shows on TV and seen these folks doing this, and I thought that was pretty cool, but hard to imagine myself actually doing any of that.
One of the main things I really like about Hoot Camp is just, being around guys that you watch on TV and stuff, and the cameraman that you always, know are behind the scenes, and you really don't get to hang out with them guys and see what they're like, and just being able to, get around them guys and see how they work and watch their camera stuff, and learn stuff that you don't get to learn hunting, without this type of people.
A lot of folks that watch hunting television don't really understand what it takes to make it, what it takes to make good hunting TV, which we do at Mossy Oak. Hoot Camp allowed the guys to really get a feel for what it does take, the number of hours that we have to spend in the field to get the right footage, to get the sun right and get the exposure right and the audio right. It's a ton that goes into it. The guys at the Hoot Camp definitely got a full dose of the difficulty it takes to make good hunting television. Every night before the morning hunt, we'll get a game plan. I'll get a game plan. You'll be told who your guide is and what time you're leaving and all that kind of stuff. And then same thing, mid-morning after the morning hunt, midday before you go out in the afternoon.
Do we have any honey buns?
Plenty. We wanted Hoot Camp to be something more than just a turkey hunt. We wanted it to be a special event, an event that a guy would remember forever, an event that a guy wants to sign up to come back to next year and the next year. So what we tried to do was, just be a part of everything we could.
All right, need my yeppers. Tube call, mouth call, bottle of water. I'm out of here.
What's your deal?
Hanging out at supper time, telling old stories, shooting the bull with the campers and just getting to know them, getting to be good friends with everybody.
I'll tell you what, 9:15.
A good day.
Doctor told me to stay away from carbs and saturated fats. Right there. That's what it takes to get you up at 4 o'clock every morning, one of those.
And I was kind of twisted around in there with my gun sideways. And the bird was out there pretty good ways, and he said he's too far.
We just had a great group of guys. I mean, we had 10 hunters from all over the country, but they all had one thing in common. They loved turkey hunting. And obviously they love Mossy Oak.
It's all about the volume. For me, anyway.
I heard about this hunt. I went to mossyoak.com. I signed up to be a member, and as part of that, I was entered in a sweepstakes for a hunt of a lifetime. And so the folks at Mossy Oak got in touch with me that I had actually won the sweepstakes, and here I am. Among the many things that I thought about before I arrived, one of the things was I was actually going to be hunting with Cuz Strickland. People know Cuz. You see how they are whenever they're on TV, but you don't know if he's always that laid back, always that easy to get along with, or if that's some fancy video editing. Turns out he is that easy to get along with. I have been accused of being somewhat quiet and not very talkative. I didn't have a tough time talking with Cuz at all.
He told me his buddy home said, now look, you're going down there with a bunch of Southern boys and you're kind of stoic, so tell them you had a good time.
We were supposed to leave at 5:30. That's what Cuz told me. We were a little late. As we got further south and closer to where we were going hunting, it changed from a little late to late. Then I learned what bad late was. We were bad late. We were supposed to be across a mesquite flat by daybreak. It was light out. We thought we heard a bird gobble across another flat. So we called to that bird. All of a sudden we hear another bird not 50 yards from us. So eventually 10, 15 minutes of those two gobblers calling back and forth, that bird actually comes down, he flies down, and he flies about 10 yards too far. We don't have a shot. And he immediately starts to head across the mesquite flat to the other gobbler. So we sat there for a little bit, and then we repositioned. We got the gobblers to respond a little bit to the tube call, and then we got them to respond to a box call, and it sounded like one of the gobblers was heading across the flat.
That was sweet.
Look at that bird. Oh, look at those spurs. That is a beautiful bird. And that beard, 9 inches. Oh, that sure was a fun bird to shoot.
I didn't have a tough time talking with Cuz at all. In fact, he came up with a nickname for me, the Stoic Assassin. Yeah, he was whispering in my ear. Sweet nothings.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about the camera being on, or were you just focusing on shooting?
At that point, I was trying not to breathe too loud. I'd heard that happens.
I think he was way more worried about how close I was sitting to him than he was anything else. The sweepstakes winner hit a jackpot. That was a lot to deal with in one morning, but I'd rather be lucky than good.
I got a chance to video Mike Outlaw from North Carolina taking his first turkey at Hoot Camp this past year. That was a blast. Not only has he not taken a Rio Grande turkey, but he's never taken a turkey, period. And being from North Carolina, you know, they hunt Easterns over there. So his first turkey was a Rio Grande, and man, he was excited.
I've been treated like family since I've been here with Mossy Oak. Those guys they're just regular people. I mean, you would think it's a big TV production thing, and you're gonna have to do this and light shining in your eyes and all that kind of stuff all the time. It's not that way. It's just, I mean, they're just like, it's like hunting with your friends.
The video is not the best in the world. It definitely won't win an award.
All of a sudden, I happened to just glance around, and there was a bird standing, there he was, right at the decoy.
Whipping up on B-Mobile.
Crazy.
The way that hunt come together was kind of different. It was midday. We'd been hunting birds all morning, couldn't get nothing to cooperate.
All of a sudden, I happened to just glance around, and there was a bird standing, there he was, right at the decoy.
Mike was able to turn, and I had nowhere to go with the camera other than to tilt it behind the tree, and it was off balance, definitely wasn't level. My last thing I wanted to do was spook the turkey, you know, spook Mike's first opportunity at his first bird. So I just tilted it, got 7 or 8 seconds of him while he was spurring the B-Mobile decoy.
Buddy, first bird on the ground. Man, yeah,
I don't know. I looked around, there he was. So, man, first turkey ever from me. Only been turkey hunting for about just a couple of years. Last year was my first year. This year's my second season. I don't know what to say. I'm so proud. I don't know what to do to get a bird of this quality.
Like Mike said around the fire last night, he says, you know, it's coming out here and meeting all these people, but it's, you know, it's been great. It's just like hunting with family and friends, and I guess he's right. It's just been a good time.
With her old man, she came from Camaraderie in the pioneer days of '42. Her old man was shot in Tombstone City for the making of his good old Mountain Dew. Come on down the mountain, Katy Daly. Come on. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. shine on the one who's gone and left me blue. Right.
We got here and got lucky and got drawn with Cuz to start with. I mean, that's just pure luck, I think, and it just set the bar real high for me. Kind of put a lot of pressure on me. That to have the opportunity to hunt with Cuz as much as he loves the turkey hunt. We took and went in that morning, and we got in there right borderline time. He roosted on a creek bank. That's where he roosted at. We took and he pitched on the other side of it. We on this side, he's on the other side. Cuz said we had a better chance of a UFO landing here than getting this turkey. Cuz hit the call a couple times softly. He hit it. He said it's on. And we took and we just sit there probably 10, 15 minutes. Cuz yelped to him real easy. Bam, he hit it again. He didn't yelp anymore. In about 5 minutes, I looked at Cuz, there he is. Being on with Cuz and getting to take that turkey with Cuz on the first morning, my first Rio, only my second turkey I've ever harvested. It's unbelievable. We had a bunch of cows out here in the pasture that wanted to follow us around for whatever reason, so it made it even tougher.
What's your guess now? Be honest.
Be honest, 21 pounds.
21 pounds. Check this out. Ain't no need. Ain't no way they're gonna slip past them hooks, I can tell you that. I say he's 21 and a half. Felt heavier than that. 20 pounds, 5 ounces.
North Carolina boys on the
roll.
Appreciate you.
Good deal.
Try to look short.
I think that hunters sign up for Hoot Camp for a number of reasons, but number one, I think, is just to be in camp with Mossy Oak and just kind of share the hunting lifestyle and the hunting experience with Mossy Oak. Guys get a chance to be on camera and get videoed by the camo camera guys, and you know, that's an opportunity. And you know, most guys just love coming and hanging out, and they find out that we're just, you know, good old down-to-earth people just like them, and ends up being a great time, good hunting, good food, and good camaraderie.
Pull my dead tail up from there. I don't know if I can pull your big up there.
We done a lot of scouting that morning. We crossed a little creek in there and found some good rub marks where he'd been dragging his feathers. So we kind of trotted out on a piece of paper there with Cuz a little bit where we thought the turkeys were and which way they'd gone and what we'd seen and all. And so Cuz said, let's go get him, big boy. Went around a little curve there, and I said, all right, Cuz, I said, right here's where we started seeing some drag marks in the road. And so Cuz said, hey, let's get under this tree right here. Let's do a little bit of calling. So if we don't get something to respond here in a few minutes, we'll get up and move. I got to tickle with Cuz. He'd pull a call out and Mess with it a little bit and the turkey wouldn't do nothing. He'd throw it to the side. Get him a nudding out and throw it to the side. Get his mouth call in. Turkey wasn't doing nothing. By that time he brought out the big boy, the tube call. He got on the tube call a time or two. Bam, bam. Old turkey responded. Old big boy like me, sitting there knowing that turkey could come around that corner any minute, but these old big legs and mess, me propped up there, I felt like a pin cushion. But hey, I knew it was gonna happen. Come right through that mesquite, and then he blowed up again, full fan.
What do you think, my brother?
My brother would done it, didn't hold. Man, look at there, look at there, look at there. Them hooks, them good hooks there, man. Big turkey there, boys.
And finally, he got about 13, 14 steps. I said, you better go and shoot him. We're gonna need glasses to keep from getting our eyes pecked out.
Yes, sir.
Cuz asked me last night, he said, Jimmy, what do you think about what we've done here? And I said, Cuz, I think y'all done a wonderful job. It's a big undertaking, and being away from your family and everything like that. And I said, Cuz asked me, he said, you think we ought to do it again? And I said, absolutely. I didn't hesitate a minute. I mean, I said, this is just a great thing, and it brings people together, and, you know, they go home and tell their friends and things like that. I said, you know, I think it's wonderful, and I hope you do it again, and I hope you ask me to come back.
He said, do you have something lined up in case this turkey guiding thing don't work out for you?
Hey, I'm David Hawley with Mossy Oak. One of the most important things we can do to set ourselves up for success is to make sure that we have scouted the properties we're going to be hunting. So one of the things I'm going to do when I start scouting is I'm going to try to find and identify my road systems throughout a property. I'm going to walk these road systems and I'm going to be looking for a couple different types of sign. The predominant one is going to be tracks. Gobbler tracks, you can really distinguish them because they're going to be a little bit longer toe. They're going to probably have a 4 or 5 inch middle toe, and then the others are going to be 3 inches on the sides. On hens, they're typically going to have an even length on their middle toe and their side toes. Jakes will be kind of size-wise in the middle, and they will have a little bit longer toe in the middle. I'm really trying to identify how many turkeys are utilizing these roads and these open areas that I'm finding these tracks. I'm also going to be looking for scat. Gobbler scat would be shaped kind of like a J. And what that kind of tells me is these are places that gobblers are feeding in. They may have hens in. There's a food source here. And so it's a place that I'm really going to be considering as a setup area because it's an area that they need to satisfy their food sources. Another thing that we look for, especially in the woods or in areas that have mass crops, are going to be called scratching. And this is going to be where gobblers and hens are going through the woods and they're scratching up leaves to find acorns that have been buried up underneath the leaves. And so you're going to see these raked up areas where there will be bare ground and then there'll be leaves congregated and so on and so forth.
Hey, Cuz Strickland here with Mossy Oak. When a gobbler struts, he kicks that fan up, blows his chest out, and his wings go on the ground, and he's dragging them as he's moving around, trying to point in different directions. And those wings will get flat. He'll just wear them off. The more he struts, the flatter the wings. You know, they won't have that point on them like a feather. It'll be flat on the end. Well, you can see that sign if you're looking for it. If he's in a dirt or a sandy road, it'll look like claw marks. It just look like you had nails on your fingers and you're doing like this. That's a great place. That might be a strut zone right there, especially if there's circles doing that, if it's more than just one drag. If there's a lot of those claws in the dirt or in the sand, could be a strut zone. A little harder to see in the woods, but you can tell where he's been flipping the leaves around. And again, you're looking for maybe a little elevated place. If he goes there in the middle of the day, it may be a shaded spot that's up high, maybe a lot of turkey sign around there. But his strut zone is where he's going to spend a lot of time. And if you do find one of those, find you a place to sit down and be comfortable and be really, really patient, because the strut zone, you are in his bedroom.
Let's go! How cool was that? That was sweet. Oh, that was epic. Oh.
Wow, how much fun was that? That was awesome. That was incredible.
Well, here we go, turkey season 25, it's finally here. I love this series more than anything else we do, because turkey hunting is my true love. And I like how we start the season each year, because we get to go back to last spring and pick some of the best stuff that wasn't used during turkey season 24 and start the season out with this to get everybody in the mood. What a great way to do it than 3 different hunts with a lot of gobbling involved. They're inside the echo chamber. All these birds are in and around timber. It's gonna be Darren, it's gonna be Taylor, gonna be Austin, and get ready, because 3 different hunts, all of them where the birds are gobbling well, and you know what I mean when I say echo chamber. Anytime you're inside the timber, that gobble just sounds different, feels different, and it's sure enough gonna get us excited for turkey season.
All right, well, decoys are set up. Me and Brian are gonna be going on this side to the west, and then Carson's gonna jump over kind of to the southeast at an angle, and we're gonna try to hopefully get some pretty cool angles if these turkeys come in. So we're gonna get set up here. Hopefully the turkeys are gobbling this morning. We got about probably 10-15 minutes until they start gobbling, so let's go get set up. As you can hear, we got one right over my shoulder here. He doesn't sound like he's real far. And then we got one over here over Brian's shoulder. So we got some that are definitely close enough. Carson's across the way. He's starting to do some light yelps. I'm gonna pop in the mouth call here pretty soon and start doing some yelping too. Right there. So we're definitely in the game this morning. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they play the game. Birds are very close here.
Let's go. Well, it's so. Oh. All right, let's go get it. Let's go. Smoked him. That was sweet. That one was sweet. Tagged legal.
Well, what a morning we've had this morning. This is the first day of the second season here in Iowa, and we set up the Avian X Jake decoy over the laydown hen, and that's a combination that those gobblers, when they see that, they don't like that. As you saw, he came in and he did not like that Jake being there very well. So it worked out great. I couldn't have dreamed it up any better than the way it happened, and this is a morning that I definitely will not be forgetting anytime soon.
Congrats, Darren. Now we're staying in Iowa. Taylor's up to bat. I always enjoy taking Taylor out. We're balancing time with Mabry back at camp, and myself and Coondog have Taylor out, and we're in hot pursuit of one up on top of this ridge. We'll see if we can't pull him in.
That's where it's gonna get slick. Stay in the grass if you can. Big crossing. Now we gotta get up. Tell me what Dog's doing.
The bird's more right, so he's moving back behind us, and he's gonna soft call. We're trying to pull him right to us versus in the timber.
Coming out of the woods.
So freaking thick.
When you see him shooting, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Do you see? Can you kill him? Kill him. Girl. You got him. Nice shot. What a hunt.
Tyler, that was epic.
That was awesome.
Oh, that was epic. Classic. I mean, just, we came through this deep creek, up the hill, and he was coming to us right in the timber. Just shook our ears off in the timber. Woo!
Bam, baby.
First turkey in 2 years. Oh my goodness.
And he's gonna roll right to him. How about that, dog? Bam, awesome, man. What a hunt.
Epic. That's my ultimate favorite way of killing a wild turkey. It's just sitting against the tree. Oh man, look at that beauty.
Good job, Tay.
That was fun.
Good shot. That was fun. That feeling never gets old.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to show him to Mabry.
Oh, she's gonna love it. She's gonna say turkey. My first time back behind a turkey in turkey camp in 2 years for good reason.
With good reason.
Last year we had our daughter Mabry on the 21st, so obviously turkey camp was a little bit different, or stayed in Utah in newborn mode. And now fast forward, she's here with us having all the fun. And Coondog, Dad, and myself just had a beautiful Iowa hunt this morning. And man, it's crazy how every turkey feels like your first.
The first one.
It does.
What'd you think, dog? Fun?
Fun.
So
It was
fun.
so much fun. This feeling just never gets old, and
Doesn't.
you know, you gotta probably a 22, 23 pound turkey here, a 22 or 23 pound toddler waiting at home. We
Yeah.
can't wait to go show her and show Austin, and
Yeah.
just a fantastic morning, and
Yep, it's been a beautiful trip. Now we're gonna go take it to Mabes.
gotta love turkey season.
This segment of DoD TV is brought to you by Cold Steel, home of the ultimate hunter, the perfect outdoorsman's blade that also makes an excellent everyday carry knife. Practical, functional, and incredibly capable. For more info, visit coldsteel.com today.
All right, Taylor's birds on the ground. We had a blast. Austin's up to bat. He and Wade are in hot pursuit. They're going down towards the logging trail where we've killed turkeys before, only this bird comes in the back door.
So we were cruising around checking spots and started seeing strutters out in the field. Finally got to a farm where we could hunt, and bird just gobbled not far. So loop up here, get set up. Tay and Mark just killed one, so that's awesome. So maybe these birds are starting to want to play a little bit. They're pretty close. Let's just go back. They definitely cut you off there. So let's get back here. Yeah, give it 5-10 minutes. See what happens. I'll set this up right here. Nice shot, buddy. Wow, how much fun was that? That was awesome. That was incredible. Oh, we set up. It seems like it's happened every time on every setup today. We're thinking they're gonna come this way, and they come this way. But we were just sitting here, we hit them back over, kind of yelped our way over to this logging road and food plot, and went down the road, yelped a little bit, came back here, wasn't hearing him anymore. And 10 minutes later, here he comes, strutting right up here. Bingo, big job, buddy. Let's go get him.
How about it, buddy?
Congratulations, dude.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, that was so much fun. Iowa is just such a beautiful state and such a fun state to hunt. It's so awesome coming back with these guys, and we only get to do it every so often, so I don't take it for granted. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Wade.
Absolutely, buddy.
And,
good job.
Man, he sure did it right. I mean, he gobbled. It's been pretty windy and it's roly-poly through here. So we could hear him sometimes, weren't hearing him, but we just kind of figured, you know what, he was gobbling hot enough, let's just drop back and sit. And he came up, got up in this tilled up field right here and did his thing, and the Winchester laid the hammer on him, so that was awesome. Perry killed here, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Just the other day.
Perry killed in the same exact
plot.
field.
So awesome. But cool. Thanks, Wade.
Absolutely, buddy. Congratulations. That was so much fun. Notch that Iowa tag, baby.
Yeah, man.
All right, congrats to Austin. Now, to finish this out, something that's very near and dear to my heart, something I wanted to do for 28 years, and Tracy surprised me by showing me a little fall foliage dress that we had Taylor dressed up in, and the first picture she's ever in with any wild game was this wild turkey. She's 10.5 months old, and I didn't know it, but Tracy saved that dress. She had it vacuum sealed. We brought it back out when Mabry was born, and I wanted to accomplish a recreate of this photo from back when Taylor was a baby, and we got together with Austin, Taylor, myself, and Mabry, and Wade shot these photos, and I think we finally got it done. Check it out.
Hi, Sissy. Hi.
Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you enjoyed that special moment with granddaughter Mabry. Now we've got a couple other pep rallies in store. They're being edited right now. One of them's going to be out west with myself and Wade, and another one from here in the Midwest. And the hits are just going to keep coming because turkey season's right around the corner, and we love bringing it to you semi-live.
Mossy Oak brand camo, the world's most effective and versatile concealment system, has you covered. Only the results of exhausting research by Mossy Oak inventor Toxie Hayes.
I developed Mossy Oak really out of a love for turkey hunting. I've been turkey hunting all my life since I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I just got real frustrated at turkeys with such a sharp eye being able to see.
His commitment to develop the best camouflage available resulted in the first pattern, which he called Bottomland. That pattern proved so successful at blending a hunter into his surroundings that it literally changed the way America hunted. It was a natural progression to add large leaves of different sizes and natural colors to create full foliage, which correctly emulates the woods in mid to late turkey season and early bow season.
Great patterns, great people, and a commitment to help hunting can only mean bigger and better things ahead for Mossy Oak.
Amazing what a turkey hunter will do, isn't it?
Gate on the vehicle to close. Oh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages. We are still hunting. We're still in Washington. We gotta go. We gotta get to the top of this hill here. Yesterday evening, a turkey gobbled right off this road, like right off of it. So we gotta go back up and around and behind him. And somehow I'm running late, even though I literally live with the turkeys. I'm still running late. It's starting to brighten up. I think I got on enough clothes, probably too many. But let's go try to get around this turkey, and there's a little hilltop meadow. We got to finagle our way up into there and get tied on him and yip at him, and hopefully he'll come to us, and everything will be perfect. So, y'all come with me. See if we can't not set this car alarm off with keys. Keys. Should gobble somewhere right here below us. This hilltop meadow behind us. And it just rolls off right here. And it seemed like he was off this side somewhere. Right here. This joker ain't gobbled yet. There went one, but it ain't the one we after. set up here is pretty tight roll off, but I think we can do it. There is no perfect play here. Back up back there, it could be too far. I think they're gonna come up. They come up the drain. I just got this little trio of trees, man. It's gonna be hard. My gun's gonna be in a bind. Right here. The risk is them coming up this draw right over our shoulder here. He's got a whole plethora of animals with turkey dinner with him. Of course, he's got a whole flock of turkey dinner with him. Some jakes and some hens and all kind of stuff. This ground is so hard you can't get these. mean, that's exactly where we wanted the turkeys to come up. He gobbled and let me know that he had chosen like this, but I've got this big pine tree right here, and I just kind of guessed, and I wanted him to ride. I was favoring to ride. That's a good one, boy. Man, they just followed the script. We heard one turkey gobble a couple times from the road down there. Basically, you got this hilltop meadow, and it just rolls off right at the end, and it appeared they just pitched up. There's a couple little like draws like this one beside me that falls down to where they're at. So you just don't know which one they're gonna pick, and you with the camera and stuff, you don't want to be handcuffed. I wanted them on this one. I started to sit back just a little bit, but when you do, you risk there being a flock of turkeys, you not being able to manipulate the whole flock, so you kind of need to be where they enter the meadow. So you just kind of got to guess. That worked perfect. They started gobbling down there. We got all this. I'll have to show y'all, but I got to clip some pine limbs and drug them up around his ear and started yelping, and they started going back and forth. And I heard him pick the finger that I wanted him to pick, but I just didn't know if he walked the tree line, buddy, he was going to be. I just had a sneaky suspicion. He gobbled, and I thought he's coming. Got everything ready, but I didn't see him. Everything got quiet. I mean, just eerie quiet. They even said, like, where did they go? I had this suspicion that they were approaching me right behind this flipping tree that's right here in front of me, and I was trying to get me a look around one side or the other. I was about ready to yelp again, and a hen yelped right down the gun barrel, and I thought, okay, they're still right down the gun barrel. About that time, I saw his fan come across the top there. Yes. Golly, that's good for the soul, buddy. That is good for the soul. Oh. Yeah, they come right up this little... They come right up that little deal there. Perfect. There was our little hut, our little hide there. And the trio of trees. And they came up through here. Look at that big boy. Look at his wings, just stained with mud and dirt from strutting. God, these turkeys strut. These turkeys strut. Oh my goodness.
Nice little bonus. That turkey was gobbling a long ways down in there, but he was gobbling frantically. He was looking for company, I could tell, so I yelped to him, and here he come. And there he is, he's still here. There. I think I got her straight now. I know we may be a little dark because everything behind us is bright, and that's our little meadow that we enjoyed the morning from. Sun's done come out now, so she's brightening up, which I'm not unhappy about because it's a little chilly this morning. In the low 40s, but buddy, I tell you what that means. That's spring weather right there. Lord of mercy, I traveled the country to find good 40-degree mornings. I don't know if y'all are enjoying this little off-the-wall, spur-of-the-moment western swing as much as I am, but whew, big old pretty Miriam turkey. Big tail on that joker. I reckon that, let me think, 2 Osceolas, 2 Easterns at home, Rios and Cali, 2 Miriam. I guess that's a double single season slam. If you're into that kind of thing, I think we got one of those again this year. That's fun. Let's see if y'all can see him. Oh yeah. We've had us a fine little stint here in Washington. One of my favorite places in the world. So before I catch up on some sleep, I'm gonna smoke a cigar so I don't sit here and run down what battery I have left on that camera. Because living out of a vehicle, charging cameras is an obstacle that you have to overcome. Here's to Washington.
Well, this week I'm heading to hunt with my good friend Kenny Samples. I hunt with him each year. He's always got turkeys. This year's no exception. He's got them pinned, and I'm excited to get after them.
Turkey Hunter is brought to you by Browning, the best there is.
All right, guys, still in Alabama, just left Chapel Hill Plantation, heading to good buddy Kenny Samples. He's got some turkeys, and he's eager to get after them. He's actually getting off of work. He's working out of state. He's easing to the house right now. He should be there in about 30 minutes, as should I. So anyway, we had a good hunt at Reno's. It was fun. It was hard-earned, but we made it happen. And now we're heading to northeast Alabama, around Fort Payne, to do a little hunting with Kenny. I do every year, and I always look forward to it. He always finds birds for us, and we always have some good hunts. You know, we get some good footage. So I'm fired up. Springtime in Alabama, it's warm. It's about 68 degrees, and these turkeys are doing it. So let's get it.
Well, guys, it's dark. It's a good, calm, clear morning, but it's about 42 degrees. So let me show you what I got. I got some of these, just in case. Probably gonna need them this morning. It's gonna warm up fast, but it's cold right now. There's actually frost in a few areas out here. So here at Kenny's got turkeys, and we're going to a spot where we killed a turkey last year. He's got a food plot up here, and turkey's been frequenting pretty much every day. So we're gonna go up there, find us a place to set up, and just hold tight. You can't see a long ways, but you can see enough. So we're gonna go up there, nestle in, see if we can't get turkey dead this morning. What do you think?
I'm ready.
You ready? There's several turkeys using here, so this could possibly be a situation. If we shoot one, we can just swap up and hang tight. So we've done that before too. Let's go turkey hunting. I'm bored, dude. He's gobbling it in, Keith. Way in there. There's one that's close.
Well, Kenny and I hear several birds in the distance, and they end up flying down and nothing ever really transpires.
Well, it is absolutely beautiful. We got skunked this morning. We heard some turkeys gobbling, several turkeys. They just kind of hit the ground and went the other way. Typical early season stuff, but we set till about 11. We're going to ease out here and get something to eat and come back. This property runs this way a good 300-400 yards. So what Kenny and I are going to do is get close to where we heard them turkeys roosting this morning. And see if we can't work one this evening over there. But they're in here all the time. There's all kinds of turkeys in here. I think they're just henned up. What hens there are, but it's wide open. Look how open this is. I mean, it's wide open. So we're going to try to find us a place across the property after we get something to eat. And see if we can't get us a turkey this afternoon, maybe even two. And then we're going to fry some fish this afternoon. So it's a beautiful day to turkey hunt, ain't it? Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous.
We end up hunting the rest of the day. Kenny and I go back to the place where we heard the birds that morning, tried to get a little closer to them where they were roosting and just set up and do some calling throughout the day. Nothing ever transpired. So we ease back to the house, we fry some fish, and get ready for the next day.
Turkey Hunter is also brought to you by Pure Strutter, the Turkey Hunting Company, Indian Creek Shooting Systems, Foxtrot Ammunition, Vortex Optics, and Worldwide Pursuit, making your dream hunts a reality.
Day 2 here at Kenny's. Another cool morning. It's warmer than it was yesterday morning though. Kenny and I changed things up. We decided to go back here in the swamp. He's got turkeys back here. We're gonna try them back here this morning, and if we luck out and get one, we'll go back to where we were. There's turkeys over there, they're just not acting like turkeys. We're gonna see if these turkeys back here gonna act like turkeys. Maybe we'll get a player. So we'll slip back here in the swamp, find a good listening place, and see what gobbles this morning. Fired up. Well, Kenny and I head into this swamp. We stop in the middle of it. Sure enough, we hear a bird gobble. We just hang tight because we think there's more in the area. And sure enough, one gobble's pretty close, and we know exactly where he is. Well, these turkeys gobble pretty good on the limb, and just like normal early season stuff, they hit the ground and they kind of get quiet. We decided to just give it some time. Mid-morning has been proven to be effective early season, and especially in this area, in this swamp. And sure enough, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, we get one to answer. Straight in front of us, wasn't it? Right there. Right there where that hen put up in her tree. Strutting. Walking right to us. See him? Huh? See him? Is he in the field yet? Huh? I can't see him because it's tree. No, they're not in the field yet. Okay.
Well, I ain't happy about it, but it is what it is. He was about 37, 38 yards. And did it, boy. They just we just held tight, and sure enough, a crow come over and he gobbled in front of us and gobbled at the call, and then he was all of a sudden in our lap. Come out there, strutted, did what he was supposed to, and I knew he was close enough to kill. I think I just shot right over top of his head. I hope I didn't wound him, but sometimes that's just part of it. My gun took a tumble in Texas a time or two, so we're gonna go shoot this gun, make sure everything's all right, and we're gonna try to get some redemption this afternoon. Anyway, lick my wounds, but keep on going, go find another. That's all you can do. All right, guys, we shot the gun. I had to make some major adjustments. I was shooting high, pretty high, as you can see. I mean, in the footage, you can see that I shoot about a foot over that turkey's head. And then we adjusted a little bit here. You can see it come down. And then our last shot was at this white sticker here. And you can see it's perfect. So that just goes to show you need to always, when you get in camp, you need to shoot that shotgun. And if I would have, I'd probably had a turkey on this tailgate. So anyway, we're gonna go get after another. Look at that dang foxtrot. That's 25 yards and dang wad and dang there went through the cardboard. Let's go turkey hunt. We heading back in. We going back where me and Kenny hunted yesterday. There's turkeys over here. We struck out yesterday, but after missing that turkey, we kind of wanted to leave that spot alone. If we strike out over here, we may go back over there because there were several birds over there. So we'll see what happens. We'll stop in a few places and call. See if we can't get on another hot turkey. We get up to the food plot where we set the morning before, and I'm easing up, about to make a call, and a turkey putts. Let's just back off his heel. Well, we slept up here to this food plot, and I was gonna call. He actually spoke to along here. I didn't call or anything. We're just gonna, he just put it. We're just gonna slip all the way down and around, get a different angle on it. Maybe we can call him in. Kenny and I take our time getting around this property. I want to give the birds plenty of time, and I want to find me a good high spot where we can set up and hide and call to these turkeys. And we brush ourselves in, we get set up, and sure enough, the first time I call with my mouth call, I get them to gobble. Where was that? That was straight right. Straight to the right? Yep.
Hey. Hey. Goes from the highest to highest to the lowest to lows to the highest to highest in just a matter of seconds.
Matter of seconds.
You just got to get them right. It's big. The decision we made to cut around
turkeys.
And that's what killed them.
If we'd have sat down in that food plot
and caught immediately, you'd have never killed them. You give them enough time to simmer down if they did see us. And one of them did see us.
Had to.
And we cut all the way around this property and found us a high point. And by golly, it was, we ain't sat here 5 minutes. Hey, twist up. You can't beat it. Foxtrot ammunition. Hey, I'm talking about took every pellet in there in his head. I'm talking about messed his head up, guys. Well, what a turkey hunt.
Great.
That was freaking awesome. We're here in Alabama. I hunt with Kenny every year. He always puts us on turkeys. And this morning I missed one. And we had some time in him. That's what hurt the most is, you know, we waited, you know, the turkey didn't come to us right off the bat, so we just give it time. Early season, that's the best thing to do, just hang tight. And sure enough, he started gobbling and come straight to the call, put on a show, and I shot right over top of him. And I was concerned because the last couple of turkeys I shot, I hit high. So we went back and shot the gun. Sure enough, the gun was shooting about a foot high. And got the gun back on and didn't give up. That's the main thing. We come to a place we got skunked yesterday. And there's turkeys here. They gobbled good yesterday morning. They just hit the ground, shut up, typical early season stuff. And when we got to the food plot that we set in first yesterday, I was actually going to stop and call there. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad the turkey putted. A turkey putted, and we never got to see what it was. And I figured it was a gobbler because Kenny's got pictures of gobblers there all the time. The turkey didn't freak out. We didn't hear it run off or see it run off. So we just eased off the hill and we devised a game plan. And looked at each other and we're like, hey, let's cut the perimeter of this property and go all the way around these turkeys. Get on the other side of the property, and by the time we do that, maybe they've simmered down enough to call them in. And that's what we did, didn't we? We found a high point right here where this lane kind of does a dog leg and you can see down it both ways. And we cut us some cover, you know, got tucked in and called the first time on the pot calls, nothing. And I got my mouth call out and called on it. When I did, they hammered. And they cut the call 2 or 3 times and it didn't seem like they were progressing, and then all at once it was just baton death march all the way to us. They covered ground in a hurry and topped the rise at a weird angle. So Kenny couldn't see him all that good because, you know, he had some trees on him, but luckily I had a camera over my shoulder that caught the whole thing. And they topped the rise, and when they do that within 20 yards, you don't have much time because, you know, it's quick, they'll smell a rat and they'll get out of dodge. And the strutter cut right, and I wheeled over, got on him, told Kenny strutter, and he come up behind a tree and I smoked him. And needless to say, the gun's on now. So that was awesome. That was awesome, wasn't it? I can't thank you enough.
Very welcome.
All right, hope you're enjoying the next to the last week. This is week 9 of Mossy Oak Turkey Season 2025. If you've watched all the rest of them, you'll see a bunch of different techniques, a bunch of different calls, a bunch of different tactics, ground blinds and all this. And here's my advice to you. You do you. I tell that to my grandsons all the time. Not everybody can call like Dave Owens or Matt Van Sys. You don't have to. Not everybody wants to sit with their legs pulled up to their knees up against an oak tree sitting on the root for 4 hours. You ain't got to do that. If you want to use a pop-up blind, use it. If you want to use one of them throw-down blinds, use it. If you want to use a turkey chair, use it. If you sound really good on a single-sided box, or maybe it's a little pot call or a push button, you do you. The whole goal here is to get outside, to learn about wild turkeys, figure out how to help them conservation-wise, and have fun. So the bottom line, you do you.
Now, if you was going, where would you stop at to listen this morning?
Well, I would say the last place we went for later, down in the valley and the hill and all that, just like we did today. But I'd stop away a lot further back and do some walking through that, because that's except down that big hill. Hopefully not in that bottom, but I'd say that's for later in the day.
That's later in the day.
You know, the turkeys, the first bunch of turkeys that we got on coming out, and then we tried to get around them and all that.
I feel a little awkward on that first morning because Harold and Bill Sugg, president of Mossy Oak, one of my bosses, they hunted the whole day before I got there, so they had the lingo going. Bill already knew the spots and where they saw turkeys, and hey, we're gonna go listen to here, and I didn't. I'm seeing it for the first time, and it's dark.
Tell me what's going on here. What's happening? We're hearing two turkeys gobble, and I was hoping something gobbled closer. These fields out here will get you soaking wet going through them. But we're going to hang around here. These turkeys been gobbling later this year, and these just gobbled right at daylight. So we're going to hang around here and see if we can get one a little closer. Them owls right there done come to us and doing the work for us now.
How many were here? 3 or 4?
I believe it's 4 together. The reason I say it's 4 together, I saw 4 gobblers just together, and I believe that's him. He's going to end up coming right there.
Let's go.
What's going on? We're going to try to hit him off. We can't call him up. We're going to hit him off.
You having fun?
This changed the game in turkey hunting when you see where you're going, particularly when you're on new dirt. There you go. We're going to go right down here and set up. I'm gonna get way behind y'all and call. Y'all get in there, and I believe you're coming out that field. I'm gonna get right on the other side of that tree stand. Yeah, go get right there. Get over here. You get in front of them trees right there. Yeah. That open there, he likes coming up. But if they start coming, he likes them coming up right there. Yeah. Or right over there, because he's not, they don't walk right straight down that ridge. So you get in front of them trees, we'll see what we do. Let's try to pin on him again, so we know exactly where he's at, and start getting closer to him. He's down at the end of the ridge, where he left off. Yeah. All right.
Kill him.
It never gets old, brother.
Man, your stuff sounds so real. That's why you so good, Harold.
We set up a good place too. You know,
Yeah, I had to
knowing
get,
the territory.
I was trying to get some shade on me right there. So.
See, I saw you cut that little limb there. This ain't your first rodeo, brother. Oh, man. It just don't ever get old. You know, to see somebody kill a turkey, it still just excites me to death.
Oh, man.
I hope the good Lord I never lose this.
Me and you both.
When you said shoot, he wasn't but 150 yards.
He didn't look that far.
I thought that's David Hill.
I was just wanting you to know I was on him.
I know. Well, I took a long shot. Golly.
Well,
you killed him.
But what was fixing to happen, I think,
Yeah.
they couldn't see that hen. And they were going to turn around and go back down that ridge. Bigger turkeys were right here. Boy, that was so much fun.
Hey,
that
it don't get
that
old,
was a
does it?
team effort.
Oh, it was. And you know, we got old Ronnie here, that tube call. Did you know what got him started? They got started on that tube call. They entered it. Don't tell me the tube call still don't work.
That's it.
Oh my gosh, we've had a ball.
Look, you call it every step of the way. We're
Well,
here, they're gonna come here, and we got there. They're gonna go there, we got there. We need to get closer.
Well,
And
the
they
thing
did.
about this, if you hunt them for 65 years, trial and error teach a dumb guy like me something. And but let me tell you something, they humble me too. They humbled us yesterday.
Yeah.
But you know what we done?
That's
We-
a big old Kentucky gobbler.
Big old
Boy,
Kentucky gobbler.
I about wore his feathers out by putting my foot on him.
Well, you
I-
got
it was
to take
a,
care of your turkey. We got to take a picture of this turkey. Knowing you done knocked all his feathers. You done picked him.
Well, the one thing about him, he's
We
old
got-
as he gonna get right
That's
here.
right. That's an old David Hale saying. He's old as he's gonna get.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna step it off, but that
I say
they didn't want to come any further. I had a shot at him back over here for a
I
while,
was
and that's
caught-
why Cuz
what
was
I
getting
done,
nervous.
I
I could tell
called
that.
a lot more than I normally do. If I was sitting up by myself, I wouldn't have called that much.
Correct. And we
But-
quit calling.
Yeah, and because I was
But you
trying to
got-
make him think he's further away than what he was.
100%.
Now let me tell you what we can do. Let's get this sucker going, boys. The morning's early. Old Cuz Strickland right there's got a tag, and he's wanting to shoot something.
And he's gonna get to show me how to run that
That's
camera.
right. He's
It
gonna
may
show
be
you.
terrible, but we're gonna do it. I've always wanted to do that.
Now listen.
Is run and film Cuz.
Here's your turkey. I ain't packed him. I'll pack your gun.
That's how it works, ain't it, Harold?
Whew. I may have put this sucker in the vest.
I've never seen such a mixture of shells in a gun. There's black, blue, red, green coming out of your shit.
Long as they work.
As long as they work.
Tell me them bullets again. Where'd them come from?
I got them out of his gun, 2 of them, and let me hear it, Ronnie. That one right there is old enough to draw Social Security. and look here, he's got some good. I ain't run the shells down, the good shells, but he's had them for 100 years. Look here, there's a TSS.
That's a duck load.
2 3/4. Yeah, it's a duck. Well, they make a turkey load too. I don't know about that, but the 2 3/4 is a great turkey load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my gosh, look at them old shells.
You know, Cuz been watching this a long time, but I take my hat off every time and give thanks because
Oh,
we wouldn't be here without him.
look at this beautiful day he's give us.
Yeah.
Old men like me, you get to come out here
Just
and
to have
turkey
to,
hunt
just
and
to be able to
enjoy it.
to do this and be with each other again after all these years, and to see David and have a
That's
great
right.
visit with him. Somebody's looking over us.
I want
I
to tell
think
you,
we know who it is. Yeah.
without a doubt. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Harold. Thank you, Cuz. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's see.
Step it off. Ain't everybody got to hunt with Harold Knight today.
Don't you get yonder? You get yonder, man. Be ready.
Yeah.
I ain't don't have to do nothing. Get back there and
Makes it fun, don't it?
yeah, it makes it fun. We ain't through yet. Ronnie, I'm telling you, don't back up for nobody cutting on that tube call.
You know what?
60. How many?
People, a lot of people don't like it. It's too
Here's
loud.
here's what people don't realize about calling. You have to get away from the call to know exactly what it sounds like. When I'm back yonder 50 yards, when you done that, the hair on my neck stood up because I know that's what. And you know what he done? He gobbled at it. He gave his location away. You know what we done then? We put the soft stuff to him.
That's right. The thing about Harold is, and Bill backed me up, and everybody knows Harold Knight, he's legend, all that. But till you get in the woods, you don't know how much his stuff sounds real. And when I talk about an owl or a crow or a hen, it sounds real. That cadence and all that. A couple of times when he was back behind us, I was like, a hen's gonna come up the hill. I gotta change and turn this way. It was just him changing from his mouth call to his sleigh. But when you can sound like that, it's a big advantage. So.
Well, I tell you, you're right. Yesterday, he was hitting that owl call, and we had an owl convention over our heads in about 5 minutes. But I'll say this, you know, I've raised, pay attention to what our elders say, and I couldn't decide whether to take the 20 because it's lighter or the 12. And I asked my wise elder, I said, which one should I take? He said, the one that shoots the furthest.
Oh, I'm glad you had it.
It came in handy.
It did.
It came
Well, I
in
tell you
handy.
what, I can't tell you how good it is to get out there and hunt with people that's hunted for years like you. I didn't have to say, sit there, you sit here. Y'all automatically pick the right trees out and sit. And you know, Ronnie knows where to sit to film you. Then I get behind y'all and try to call these turkeys, you know, to keep them coming.
Yeah.
And you made a good shot. It was a team effort, and boy, was that ever fun. Let's get out here and kill another.
I'm ready.
Let's get out here and we got time.
Get them all out of there.
We're just walking through the lull now. That's pretty special right there. Finally got to go hunting. Well, Harold may go with David before it's over with. He called in a turkey for Bill Sugg, and I got it on video. So, thank you, Lord. That's pretty cool right there. And I do appreciate it, and I do not take it for granted.
What's the red one? The dot?
No, well, it used to be the record button. You can't see it. So I've programmed it where that's where you take a picture. But when you hit it, see how it's recorded? Is behind me with my new camera. He's gonna try to film me killing the turkey. Harold Knight's back there calling. How cool is that? Let me tell you something. That's how you do it right there.
Folks, I tell you what, when you put somebody who knows what they're doing out in front of you, they get the job done, Ronnie.
That's such.
Harold's been back there for an hour. Subtle calls, little slate, little mouth, this thing.
Impatient.
Yeah, this one, he was gobbling around that bend. There's a bend down there. And he wouldn't move. Harold had shut up on him, and he'd move a little closer. And he shut up for about 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then he gobbled right in front of him.
You know, Ronnie, something else happened. I don't know if you saw it. This turkey come in and run the first one off.
Didn't see that.
No, we could. He'd come right up that hill there. I thought he was going to come around you. And this one here, he was scared of this.
Yeah.
And I just kept calling. I knew that was going to...
This one had another with him.
Yeah, well, I could hear two of them.
It was 2 of them.
So there's 3 gobblers here. When you shot, one gobbled.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's a good turkey, too. Look at that big old beard.
He's a 30-year-old.
Yeah, he's a 30-year-old.
Turn him loose.
Like you said. He's as old as he's going to get.
Well, I tell you what, you might have enjoyed it, brother, but I enjoyed it as much as you did.
That's a bucket list right there. He called one up for Bill yesterday and called one up for me this morning. We struck this turkey at 8:03. It's about 9 o'clock.
I told him, I said, when these old hens start leaving them, they're going to get ready. And you know, when we come to this one, what do? Scare the hen.
Yep.
I said, that's a bonus.
That's what's fun. You know, you hear about Harold Knight. I've been knowing Harold Knight for decades. Him and David Hale both. For some reason, never got to hunt with him. Film commercials and all that stuff. But yesterday was my bucket list. I filmed a hunt with Harold. And today he called one up for me. So I'm telling you, my bucket list is just about complete with turkey stuff. Bless your heart. That was fun.
What a hunt.
It's fun to watch a maestro work, ain't it?
I'm telling you.
That sweet calling, a little bit of slate, a little bit of mouth. And I'm not sure what all happened. I can't hear quite as good as y'all.
I was trying to keep my
pictures of Harold Kemp and the David. But anyway, when this one gobbled the last time, me and you spun around because you was facing this way.
You heard that turkey?
I didn't see him.
Oh, did you hear him up on the ridge?
Yeah, I heard him once you turned.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when this one gobbled the last time, you knew he was close because you spun.
I spun around.
I did too.
I heard him gobble way down there when this one gobbled, and then he got quiet, and I said, well, he came up the field.
The best feeling I had this morning when I heard them others gobbling, because this in here, he was scared of them. He come on out around here, he got left. I knew that these come right up this bottom. It sounded like 2 of them.
He got something in his beard. Look at there, isn't ate part of it all.
That's characteristic here.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little, I don't know if they call it a beard rod or what, but it's nothing. I've seen them lots of times.
Let me tell you something, partner. That's the first one I shot. I shot one during COVID. Before that, it was 5 years or so.
All you do is film,
I
Ronnie.
know.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Huh?
Does it feel good?
Oh my God! It all felt just like it was supposed to.
Oh, you own it.
What Ronnie ain't telling y'all this morning, Ronnie got that old locator called out, that old tube called out, and made him gobble. That's the reason we found this turkey. Because the calls I was doing wasn't loud enough. He got the microphone out, I guess. You don't touch them.
Yeah, that tube call, reach out. You see what I did when I got down here and got comfortable? I hit it. I put it up under here, zipped it up, and I was just listening to the maestro back there. Wow.
Hey, brother.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You're a good sport for carrying that.
Oh, good sport, nothing. It's in my bucket list, and I did it. You did it. Harold did it.
Yeah.
Golly, did him.
Hey.
I don't think the video camera does justice to that hill. I knew going down we was going to be lugging a turkey out of there. And it's steep. I don't know how Harold does it. He just still runs up and down them like nothing. And he's closer to 80 than I am to 70. He is amazing. Anyway, that right there is a labor of love. To have Harold Knight call me up a turkey, and I never yelped, never thought about it. Once I sat down by that tree down at that bottom, it was a little over an hour before that turkey came up in there, and he didn't consider leaving. He knew, he kind of felt like this is what's going on and all that, so it was awesome.
when I was in Kosovo, that was considered a combat zone at the time. So, here I'm thinking, well, I've been to combat. Well, no, I'd been in a combat zone, but I had not been in combat. My first tour in Afghanistan, I realized that that was combat. Little did I know how much that would become the future for me for the next 10 years of my life. My name is Greg Wroblewski, and I was medically retired from the United States Marine Corps as an LDO major, and this is my story. Initially, I was a parachute rigger. I was packing parachutes, jumping out of airplanes. Now, I volunteered to do that because it paid a little more. So I figured, hey, make a little extra money from jumping out of airplanes. I'll do it. I had a steady roof over my head, food to eat, it's a little rough, but, not a big deal. Well, my first daughter was getting ready to be born, and I didn't really have a plan for when I was getting out, so I had to change jobs or get out of the Marine Corps. These guys that were in explosive ordnance disposal, or EOD for short, said, hey, why don't you do a lateral move into our field? I said, what do you guys do? They said, well, we disarm bombs. And I was like, that sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, I'll do that too. I was actually in Kosovo, in the Balkans, and 9/11 happened. Obviously, 9/11 changed lives for everybody. And the war started. Went over to Afghanistan pretty much right after I got back, early 2002. That first tour was eye-opening, to say the least. And I got selected to be a warrant officer, which is a technical and tactical expert in your field. At that point, I realized that I was going to do this thing for the long haul. Things started getting real. Losing a lot of friends, having a lot of friends Maine. Was in several IED explosions myself. Had a couple of traumatic brain injuries, and some orthopedic injuries. I'd become extraordinarily tight with these guys. They were absolute wild men when they were off work. They were hilarious, but man, they were a lot to handle. They were about as fun a group as you could be around. And when it was time to work and time to train, they gave 1,000%, and you can't ask for more than that. June 26, 2011, I'd travel around. I had guys at 54 different locations in an area the size of the state of Michigan. So it's a lot of bouncing around, check on people and go out on patrol with them and just, let them know I got their back. So we were out on patrol, and Gunny E.J. Pate, one of the most experienced guys we had, he and I were out on patrol one morning on Sunday. We had disarmed a couple IEDs, and the guy in front of me stepped on an IED, and he's a double amputee, and myself and EJ and Esteban Rodriguez, our corpsman, Doc Rod, started putting tourniquets on him, and the medevac process started. And EJ and I started looking around for additional IEDs, and there was a mud wall canal system around there. He says, hey, I got another one. And I was about 7 feet away from him. And he said, I'm gonna put a charge on it. And I said, all right. And when he leaned over to put a charge on it, everything just blew up around us. I mean, I went flying, debris everywhere. I mean, I couldn't see anything, I couldn't hear anything. And I started walking towards where he was, or where I thought he was. And I seen one of them grunts, infantry guys. I could see him talking to me, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. I could just see his mouth moving. So he started pulling me back around to where the rest of the squad was at. Went back across another canal, and I saw EJ dead, laying on the bank of the canal. Got in early. Got a reply. Now everybody's home.
Not much of nothing.
But we're still sitting out in the woods. And you can't beat that. Fast forward to August 6th, my master gunnery sergeant comes up to me and he says, hey man, we gotta go up to the Camp Bastion, which is where the hospital was. And I said, what happened? And he said, Dan Patron got hit. And I said, what happened? Is he okay? And he said, he didn't make it. Not be able to grieve, or not be able to express your frustrations or your anger. His family is the most tremendous family you could imagine. To see what devastation that's done to them is something that I think about every day of my life. In those 2 wars, I lost 38 friends before I was 37 years old. 5 traumatic brain injuries. I had 7 or 8 orthopedic surgeries, and obviously PTSD, nobody can go through things like that and not have something affect them. I think of those 38 families, and I think of my friends, many of whom don't have legs or arms or eyes or all the above, and I think, what do I have to complain about? Nothing. I don't have a thing to complain about. In fact, I've got everything in the world to be thankful for. I mean, I've got 4 absolutely amazing kids that I love more than anything on this earth. I'm blessed in so many regards. When a good friend of mine, who happens to be a double amputee, introduced me to Veterans of Field, it opened my eyes. Since then, I've developed some people call it a saltwater fishing habit. I call it therapy. I've really gotten into hunting, and Veterans of Field has really stepped up and provided me some opportunities that I could have never been exposed to, and I'm always grateful for that.
Good morning, back out in South Texas with Tom Asball from Veterans of Field. This morning it's nice and cool. Got a pretty strong breeze kicking. Hopefully we get some birds out here moving and have some success.
Anytime I have one of those opportunities, I try to pick out one of those guys that I knew and dedicate that opportunity to them. Just try to bring them with me. To me, hunting's not about just harvesting an animal. You know, it's the spiritual nature of sitting in the woods and the knowledge that they have and the willingness for them to share that. You know, and they don't expect anything in return. They do it because it's the goodness in their heart. It's just incredible that there's people like that out there that would do stuff like that for people like me. It's humbling, and it's something that I'll be eternally grateful for.
Shot another one right there. That was awesome.
You don't see that every day, right?
And they got online and just marched right down here. I was like, and then after I shot, they just sat right there. I'm like, I could have leaned out and shot another one.
Well, I was 39 yards from you. I ranged it.
Yeah.
And then I ranged down there, and then I see him coming closer. I'm like, man, my depth perception must be way off because they look like they're right in his lap. And then I looked, and I'm like, they're 50 yards. I'm like, shoot.
They just charged, you know? I'm like, that was incredible. Thank y'all so much.
That was awesome.
When he contacted me and asked me if I wanted to come here to South Texas and go on a turkey hunt, I didn't even check the calendar. I said, absolutely. If it's Veterans of Field, calendar's clean. And I couldn't be more happy I did because this hunt has been absolutely incredible. Had 5 gobblers walk down on a line right at us, and we were successful, and it was just an incredible experience, you know. Something I could have never imagined, you know. And these guys have been hunting turkeys their whole lives, and they said, I've never seen 5 gobblers walk down the road, and here I am. Been on my 2nd turkey hunt my whole life, and it's just special. It's incredible, you know, and that's the kind of things that Veterans of Field provides. It's a hunt of a lifetime that you never forget. I'm just eternally grateful. It's not just the hunt, it's the scenery, the camaraderie. It's something I'll never, ever forget. You know, and I can't thank, you know, Veterans of the Field and Mossy Oak enough. I mean, it's just been, it's incredible.
To LDO Major Greg Wroblewski, thank you for your service. Everyone at Mossy Oak is honored to know you.
So one thing we definitely look forward to every year is turkey season. So this year, I talked to Chris Paradise and we watched the weather and just said, hey man, when you're gonna get a good window, you need to come on.
You know, I've known Kevin for 25 plus years, and so this was probably the first time outside of fishing and general stuff that I've had a chance to spend personal time with him. And I will say that it's been an enjoyable time in Michigan. The last 3 days, spring turkey hunting with him, his family, has been tremendous.
There's one. Been waiting for him. Yeah, you have been holding off till we get here. Now it's go time tomorrow. This is the road they were on. That's got to be where they came.
And as soon as we checked them, I mean, they just, you know, gobbled just right away, just immediately. So we had to set up like really fast. I mean, there was just not really much option. It wasn't probably, you know, that picture perfect spot where you got, you know, nice open area, but I mean, we couldn't move anyplace else. I mean, they were just right there, and we knew that if we tried to do anything different, we were probably gonna take a risk at spooking them, so.
Right there, he's walking right down the right side.
I can't see him yet.
Me neither.
They came down the edge of the woods and we could hear them gobbling, and Chris did a great job calling. He shut up on the call, and I mean, they worked right into, you know, 10 yards right on the little lane we were sitting off of. And after I shot, I mean, that other one just turned around and he was flopping, and a lot of times they'll come right back to him. And this turkey came back 3 times.
Yep.
Chris wasn't going to shoot that, and he just saw that it was a mature bird that had really good hooks on him, and finally he said, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, when you got one tag, and that's my thing that I battle with every year. I mean, we're a one bird state, so when you shoot one, you know that your season's over. And so I think he wanted to you know, make sure that we, you know, got a nice mature bird. But when that one came back a couple times, he's like, man, I'm gonna shoot that turkey. So in the rush of all of it, he never loaded his gun. You know, earlier in the day, he's like, I'm not even bringing a gun. I want you to shoot one first. We're on your ground, and you know, which is nice. But I wanted him to get his first Michigan turkey too. So.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, that's a heavy turkey.
Yep.
Nice job, Kev.
It's what we do. Michigan.
So I think our plan is to.
Good bird.
Ooh, that's just.
You're the man with a tag left in your pocket. So let's drop him off back up here at the truck, and we'll head back to this next field with this wind blowing. I think we got a good chance of getting another one.
Yeah, and getting back in that timber, it's quieter, and we can set them up here, get right to it. And what time is it? We still got plenty of light, so we're in good shape.
4:11.
All right. This time I'll have shells loaded. What do you think, Dice?
Man, so we're back on Kevin's home turf,
And we know there's turkeys here. Hopefully we can strike one up and get on. It's as beautiful as it gets, so it's gotta happen. So this morning I got to carry the gun, and again, we started picking our way through various places and farms that Kevin either has leased access to or owns. We'd gotten into one place that Kevin said he knew where some birds were. At least they'd been there the last few days. And I really wanted to try the timber hunt, enjoy a nice timber hunt. I just love the way turkeys are when they gobble and what they do. So I was excited because we got in the timber, we had actually seen the birds out in the field, and Kevin had said, hey, if we get them to come in the woods here, they usually come. This is a great place, and you could just see there were some old trails through there. There were some openings, but it was fairly thick. We got set up, got the decoys out, and I called, and they cut me right away. And I think the second time I called, they were actually in the timber with us. I'm shooting the back bird.
Whenever you're ready. Huh? Whenever you're ready.
let him work as long as he could. I can tell you, it doesn't get any more exciting.
Don't get any better than that right there.
That is the most incredible 2 days of turkey hunting. Can't thank you enough, man. That is an amazing, amazing spring day. And look at the wind's kicking up. It's like as soon as we shot. Woo!
He's got nothing.
Oh, was that a show?
Look at this. Double beard.
Double beard turkey.
But look at the mop on that, man.
I mean, that is a rope.
Long beard. Good bird, man.
You know, yesterday Kevin had made a comment because Michigan's a one-bird state. The bird's coming in and he said, you know, it's kind of that feeling that when I shoot this bird, it's over. And I have the same feeling this morning. I've had such an awesome time with everybody, enjoying all the hard work he's put in, all of everything he has done to make it such a great few days of hunting. And it's a bittersweet situation when you know you're going to shoot that turkey, the tag is going to be put on him, and that's exactly what happened. The birds worked in, they did their thing for us. It was just beautiful. They gobbled, they strutted, and I'm probably looking at one of the best bearded turkeys I've ever shot. So great way to finish the trip. This was one of those hunts where we just got to relax, enjoy it, and spend it with great friends.
We've been trying to do this for 3 years,
I know.
so
I'm so glad. Well, thank you. It's a great
it's been
pleasure.
fun. I've learned a bunch too. You're a lot more experienced at it.
And a beautiful Michigan turkey. So that's my first Michigan bird. And I'll tell you, even though the spring has been rough with coronavirus, it's been a heck of a social distancing for us all. So can't complain.
Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die.
Loading up a few decoys here for Cash and David, and then we're gonna shoot these CVA. Well, we're gonna shoot Dave's CVA, make sure it's dead on, because I just put that Hawk turkey killer scope on it. Cash wants to shoot his gun one time, he just likes to shoot, so we're gonna let him. Make sure it's on. Then we're gonna try it. This is probably the only sunshine we're gonna see for the next few days, so we gotta get after it. Yeah, put it in the back seat. Here. But I have not looked. There's always common Ruby 80 and Ruby CRP in the evening. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get Ruby CRP. I killed a windy day like this. I killed a bird there in the afternoon a few years ago. Try that. Unless you want to walk around and call, Cash, or you want to sit up in the field. All right. Well, we just got set up, did a little makeshift blind here in these cedar trees. We'd love to come in and get after them running the gun, but it's just not going to happen tonight with as windy as it is. But this is a really good field when it's windy. These turkeys can get on this ridge and strut. We can see a long way. We've got a couple decoys about 20 yards, so if this wind dies, I'm gonna pull out the box call and start calling.
Dada, do we need a turkey call first?
Right here.
Oh, I see him.
You see him?
Yeah. Oh, he's coming towards us. He's a giant. He's pretty big. Oh, he's puffed up.
No, hold on. Put his head up. All right, hold. Wait till his head stops moving. All right. Hold on. No.
I'll shoot whenever I'm ready.
Let him turn. We don't want this one up. Okay. No. Oh,
Yeah, baby. Let's see that face. Huh? Was that quick or what?
Yeah.
Was that quick or what?
We didn't even have to call or anything.
I think we may have blew the fan up. That's all right.
Awesome or what?
I kind of ready to kill him at the end.
Oh yeah, get to hunt a little more?
Yeah.
I know, I thought about that, but when you got one at 20 yards, you got to blast him. No death grip.
First turkey I've ever killed without a death grip and without a blind.
You glad you had that gun now?
Yeah.
See how big he is.
Pretty long.
It is. Look at the size of this turkey.
Ooh.
3-year-old.
Who called that turkey in?
We didn't even call it in.
You? Really? He was out in the field?
Well, we did call him in. He was in the field.
Well,
We called his hens over here to him.
And now look at what he did to the decoy.
What?
The Jake.
He popped his head off?
Yep. But the one last year I shot, in Iowa, he was maybe 2 years ago. He had the biggest birds I ever killed. Ever picked up.
Smile.
What? Already?
Say 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes ago.
Get out of here, buddy. Congratulations.
Have you saw anything?
We got one gobbling right now.
Try calling him in.
I'm trying to call him in.
Longbeards are gonna die. Yeah, longbeards are gonna die.
Well, here we go. The end of week 9, tick tock, only one more week left. I hope you've enjoyed it. Always amazed with the people that send in that content. It's incredible. And trust me, I know how hard that is to get. So we got one more week coming. I'll assume you'll be back. Make sure all your buddies got the Mossy Oak Go app on their phone. It's free. So from everybody at Mossy Oak, you're welcome. Turkey season 2025 has been a blast up to this point. One more week.